Hello, 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 everybody. Hello, 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 everybody. I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. As for mine has been busy already, but that's a good thing because my week is loaded up front, and then the rest of the week, like my Thursday and Friday, I get a chance to kind of chill out as of right now. But I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start and that you guys had a great weekend. Thank you guys so much for hopping on and joining me here on Wife Chat. Do me a huge, huge favor and make sure that you put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on Wife Chat. Again, I appreciate you. Last week I had my allergies started acting up. I don't know. I never had allergies, but now for the last year and this year, I've been having allergies. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on and joining me. Put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. And I appreciate you guys getting on here. So put in the chat where you're joining me from. I would appreciate it. Well, again, I hope and pray that your week is off to an amazing start. And thank you guys for joining me. This chat actually, hi, Ricardo from DC. I appreciate you. Hi, Rolanda. How are you from Rosalinda? I'm sorry. I appreciate you guys so much for supporting Wife Chat. I appreciate you. Well, today's chat comes from a husband that is in San Diego, okay? And he says, hello, Dr. Gail. I have been married to my beautiful wife for 4 years. We have no children because she is not ready to mess up her body by getting pregnant. He says, I'm at my wit's end because she continues and to be obsessed over her body and her looks and has spent over $65,000 in plastic surgery in the last 2 years and continues to talk about more procedures. I got married because I loved her and wanted to have a family with her. She said that she wanted the same when we were dating, and we dated for 3 years before. If she does not care about having the family that we talked about and dreamed about. Only thing she cares about is her looks and having more plastic surgery. Please help me. Should I stay in this marriage? Because what's important to her is not important to me. This is very, very hard. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me. Please put in the chat where you join me from. I would absolutely love, love, love to give you a shout out. This right here breaks my heart. And it breaks my heart in so many different ways because if you very painful for him. And he thinks that she's beautiful just the way that she is. I did try to reach out to this young man. So whenever you guys send me a chat, I always try to reach out to you to get more information and get more of a backstory. However, he did not respond to my call or he did not respond to any of the messages that I sent him. And so therefore, I don't have a lot of backstory. Is that in this day and time, in my practice, I am seeing more and more women who are dealing with low self-esteem and more men that are dealing with more low self-esteem. I do have 2 friends that are plastic surgeons, but they deal more with injections and all kind of different things. And they're saying that most people are now feeling that they have to go under the knife or get an injection or get Botox and get all of these different treatments done because of social media and how the world views you just with normal aging. I don't know the age of these people, but it seems to me that the wife is still in the age where she can bear children safely. And it seems to me as if just the way this reads that they are a couple that he wants a family. So he's talking about maybe more than one child. And so the thing is that we're inundated, not just women but men are inundated every single day what is beautiful. And you see all of these celebrities that we admire getting all of these procedures, and they're transforming and morphing into people that you don't even recognize anymore. I've had the pleasure to be around and coach and counsel a lot of people, and just from me seeing them, how I see them and then seeing them on television, is like they have morphed into people that I don't even recognize, right? And when they would get on the sessions with me, they don't have to have all that glam and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying that the pressure of being a woman and also nowadays being a man in this day and time has gotten literally off the charts. And it is becoming where people don't even look real anymore. They look so fake, and they look plastic, and they look injected, and they can't even blink their eyes, or they can't close their mouth because they got so many all of these different kind of things are happening. And it seems to me for her to have spent $65,000 in 2 years, she has had a lot of work done, and she's talking about getting more procedures. So what should he do? Now, for me, I'm not going to ever tell someone to divorce their spouse. That's not what I'm going to tell them to do. And again, I didn't get the opportunity to have a conversation with him. But what I am going to say, if you're in a situation where your spouse is getting all these procedures done, and it is bothering you, and she's not willing to keep the end of her bargaining. When they was talking, he said before they got married, they talked about having a family, and that's one of the reasons why he chose her to be his wife, is because he did want to have a family. Is that he needs to get to the root cause of what is driving her to want to get all of these procedures and to morph into something that she's not wasn't created to look like or be. I'm not saying let yourself go. I'm not saying don't take care of yourself. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is if you have spent $65,000 in 2 years, that is a problem. And it is some people that get addicted to plastic surgery and transforming themselves and morph themselves into some people that you guys know on these television shows that you don't even recognize anymore, right? And I understand that aging and all those kind of things is not something that a lot of people like to do. But my thoughts is that when you don't not you become where you don't recognize yourself, that is a problem, and it can become a mental disorder. Okay. So what I would say to this young man, or to any couple out there that's dealing with a person that is wanting all of these different procedures, and has become an addiction, is to seek to understand why her looks have taken over her judgment, and her being your wife and not keeping her end of her bargain, right? Ricardo, body dysmorphic disorder. You're 100% correct, Ricardo. And a lot of people suffer from that, and it's just not women. It is men who suffer from that because they never feel comfortable in their own skin. Okay, so seek to understand what is driving this in her head, that she feels that she needs to continue to seek these surgeries, right? Because it is a root cause to what is making her feel like she's not beautiful enough, not good enough, or whatever, or she wants to look like she's comparing herself to someone. It is something driving this, because again, it's just not normal to put yourself in $65,000 worth of unsecured debt to keep having these procedures. So that's number one. You need to really figure out and ask her as her husband, what can help me understand, why don't you feel like you're good enough or beautiful enough? Because I chose you and I feel that you're beautiful, because the way he opens this up, my beautiful wife. So he thinks she is beautiful, right? And I'm sure he has told her that. Okay. Number two, sit down and have a conversation and tell her how it makes you feel when she continues to want to have these procedures and is failing to realize how important a family is to you, right? Not point a finger, but this is how it makes me feel. I want to have children when we're still able to run after them. Whatever that looks like, have the conversation and tell her how it makes you feel, not how she looks, and not about the money, not about all those things. Because whenever you begin to point the finger, that puts somebody in a defensive posture and they're not going to listen to you. But when you begin to tell them how it makes you feel, your feelings are not debatable. Okay. So tell her how it makes you feel. Number three, tell her your concerns, because he was saying about the concerns of her having so many surgeries. Tell her your concerns about her continuing to get these procedures and how you can have negative effects keep going under, sedation, getting these Botox or whatever she's getting, right? Those things can have negative effects on your body, not just immediately, but in years to come, right? Because if you're not going, I don't know if she's going to a reputable people, and I pray that she is. But anytime you get put under for a procedure and all those kind of things, your body goes through a lot of shock and trauma and stuff like that. And you can't continue to do that because it's unhealthy for you to do that, right? And getting a lot of these injections and stuff, you can have allergic reactions. It can spread, it can do a whole bunch of other stuff, right? Again, and I'm just talking, I'm not a surgeon or anything like that, but I do, like I said, have two friends that are plastic surgeons, and they have had people that had bad reactions to different things, right? And it has affected those people for years to come, not just when it happens, but for years to come. And so you need to tell her your concerns about her having all of these surgeries, and how it concerns you that she continues to go under the knife or get these injections or whatever she's doing. Again, wasn't able to have that conversation with him, right? And then the other thing is have the conversation about, and ask her the hard question. I want children. When are you going to be, ready to have children? Because again, if she went into this agreement, this covenant, saying that she wanted to have children, and that has changed, she needs to open her mouth and have a candid conversation with you and tell you she no longer wants to be, your children's, mother. And that way, that can open the door for you to have a different conversation. Because again, whenever get married, you become that person's sole source of their sexual pleasure or whatever. You don't become their God, you don't become their everything. But if you had a conversation about having children, and now plastic surgery has taken over that, then you need to have a different conversation, and she needs to admit what is going on and why she does not want to fulfill that conversation. Okay. And so I hope and pray that this helps somebody. But again, I wish I had more back information to be able to tell you guys. But my thing is that if you are into plastic surgery, and I'm not knocking plastic surgery, looking better, feeling better, or whatever. I'm not. But if it's became an addiction, and it's costing you your marriage, it's costing you your livelihood, it's costing you and putting you in debt, you really need to go seek some professional help, because it's not healthy for you. Okay, it is not. Because again, $65,000 worth of plastic surgery, And this is all elected procedures in 2 years. That's a lot of money to be spending, right? And the thing is, what is the end goal? And he says she's talking about more procedures. What is the end goal, and when is it going to be enough? Okay. Again, you guys, thank you so much for hopping on. If you have a chat that you want me to talk about, there's no topic or subject that is off to me. All you need to do is inbox me, or visit my website and send me an email. I will never say your name. I will just only say where you're from, how long you've been married, and try to help you with this situation. But if you need to talk to me, and you want to schedule a free 15-minute discovery call with me, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to help you with one situation to help you win in your marriage. Do me a favor, just go to gailcrowder.com and scroll to the middle of the page and click on the link and schedule some time with me. Again, you guys, thank you so much for joining me here on Wife Chat. Thank you so much for supporting me in everything that I do. You have no idea how much and how grateful I am to you guys. And hopefully you guys, if you need me, y'all know how to contact me. And again, thank you so much for getting on here. I appreciate you.